So let me give the array ex. So try to create every day a new component. Okay. So now, so let us print and bind some data. So now tell me, I just want to bind a name, ID, email. So let ID is equal to 1. Okay. Let name is equal to some name. Let email is equal to. So what is the let here? Why I'm saying the let? Can I say where? Can I say this is the ID, right? Can I say int? Can I say string here? Why it is showing the error?
Only let and const we can know.
JavaScript is a dynamically typed programming language. So all the data types, even though primitive or non-primitive data type, only we are going to denote it by using the where. But if you are using the ECMAScript Plus version, by default, all are now using the ECMAScript Plus. Okay. Okay. So let name is equal to Krishna. So now I want to bind this data to here. Okay. How to bind this data?
Curly braces in
Curly braces, nothing but a expression binding. We want to say
binding.
like a technical word expression or interpolation or string binding. Okay. So ID. Okay. Next, after ID, let me print a name. So you can able to add a simple BR tag, or else you can able to create one more division. This division will be a ID. Division is a block level element which will take the end-to-end width. So now I can able to see ID, name, email. Okay. So it is going the two corner, right? Because I'm here using the bootstrap. Bootstrap will be start from the two corner without any margin. So let me add some margin. Class name m-5. Okay. ID, name, email. Now it is perfect. So let me having another record. I want to print Geeta's digital. What I have to do now? Tell me. I want to print another user also. What I need to do? So again, let ID is equal to 2. It will work because which is the repeated variable. So variable should not be repeated, which by default intelligence it will throw error. Or else without a declaration you can able to assign, definitely you can able to assign. So now it is the problem here. So what I need to do? ID1, people will be suggested, or you can able to go with ID1, ID2, ID3. Okay. Okay. So what I need to do? ID1 or name1 or something, I need to be change the variable name. Same variable name I can't able to declare and assign again. So now you tell me how to print the data. This is one user data. Okay. Let me add a simple break. Okay. And again I can able to bind the data, which is the ID1. Here it is the name one. Next email one. So again, okay, let me change ID to 2. Perfect, data is come. So now when you tell me I want one more record to be shown. So in this situation, do we created to one more? But like this, how many records you are going to create? So here is the confusion. Do we have to create ID1, ID2, ID3? So like this, no. So the data always dynamic in the nature. For example, today I will have the 2 users for my application. Tomorrow 10 users. I can't able to come here and create a one more user variable. The data should be dynamic. Correct? So let us make this dynamic. So now tell me, by seeing these data, so it is specifically talking something or not? So see here, all this id name email, it is specific to a person. id name email, this also specifically talking about a person. So which data type we need to choose whenever it is specifically talking about something, about a
Okay.
person or about a thing?
Sure.
Definitely. So here we need to use the object. Are you getting any noise from my side? Is it clear? Let me know anytime you getting any noise. Okay, see here, whenever some information is talking about specifically in nature, which are having the I key and value. Here key is the id, value is the one. Key is the name, value is the Krishna. Key is the email, value is the. So in this situation, the data type here is the object. The data type here it is a object. So can you help me to convert this data to an object? Let user one. So here we can able to do a two syntax, either in literal type or else object type. So let me go with a literal. If I say literal, so now this will be your object. Inside of our your object, only key and values are there. Okay, key and values are represented by using the semicolon. Key and values are separated by using a semicolon. So this is the way we are going to use the things. It's not about a simply data is there represent object. Okay, it is not like that. So my user one is came here now. Okay, so let me do same user two. Yes, let user two. So while you are doing like this, right? You please take care removing the let keyword and removing the equal. So they will try like this, sir, I am getting a issue. No. See here, the syntax of object you should know. You must know. id colon key colon name comma. id colon comma colon. So here you are going to see an object. Perfect. User one, user two. How to access a parameters from an object? See here, this is my object. User one is the object which is holding the ID, name, email. Now here I want to print user one details. What I need to do? Here I user one ID, user one name, user one email.
user1.id.
User1.id.
This is an object. Object properties are accessed by using a dot property. Please remember, object properties are used by using the dot property. Wherever you are going to use the dot, which is the object. Even though jQuery also a object. Do you know jQuery? How you are going to represent? Don't know the jQuery? Leave it. Whoever is know, right? Simply dot sort. Here, this is simply object. Because of that one only, you are having the dot extension. Okay. So user one dot ID. Next, user one dot name. Next, user one dot email. Okay, see here, now you can able to remove id. Simply you can able to remove the one. Now which is object, each object having the id name email, each object having the id name email. But can I have the object with the same name? No. Again, even though it is object or not, which is a data type. Okay, I should have to create a different variables. So now tell me simply user2 dot id1, user2 dot name, user2 dot email. Okay, again perfect, my data is perfect. Yes, data is replicated or not? Definitely data is replicated, huh? So while you testing, right, don't be test like this. Simply remove the data, something you do. Okay, now I'm having the one record, control z. So otherwise we thought my data is replicated, but you may have some exception. Okay, so my data is loaded here. See here, I'm having the two users right now. Again the problem is came, which is not a problem. The data always dynamic. Here I'm having the user one, user two. Tomorrow one more user you are going to join. What I need to do? So now tell me, can I have any collection of the data type which can able to hold
Array.
the data and which is the dynamic in nature? Yes, array.
Array.
Okay, array. So what is the definition of array?
Collection of elements.
Collection of the elements or collection of items, collection of the things. So this is a one collection, one item. Yes, definitely this can be a one element or one item. This is one item. This is a one more item. So array is a collection of the element. The element can be a number. The element can be a string. The element can be an object. Correct? So in yesterday's session, I mean in the Friday session, we have seen about the collection. Here it is simple strings we have taken. Now let me convert or create an array. How to create an array? Let arr is equal to, sir, if it is array, can I have to create arr? No, any name you can able to give. So let me create array users. If I say user, that will be a single user. Okay, the variable name and function name should be explicitly explain about your functionality. Okay, so tomorrow you may work or not in the same functionality, another user will be work. I mean to say other developer will be work. See, the he or she should be understand by seeing your code. So that's why the variable names and function name should be explicitly tell about functionality. If I say users, so anybody whoever saying this code, even though non-tech guy also, for example testing people also, they should understand, but they will not see. It should be like understandable users. Okay, peoples will be write obj arr in real time also, which is not a perfect case. Okay, so this is the way you need to create an object. Here it is my object. So this is my data. I want to add into the add into a array. So this is my array. When you are saying about two curly braces, square brackets, this is nothing but your array declaration. This is your array declaration. Array is declaring in two types, same like a object. First one is the literal type, second one is the object type. While you are practicing also, please rewind in your mind like this simply, or else try to have a rough book also. Subject is not that much of easy to understand. Okay, but here I will give my 100% effort to you should be understand. Okay, but even though if you practice today, you will perfect for tomorrow. Try to take a notebook and write it user one. So any technology, JavaScript will never end until you got 100 years also, which is the rule. World Wide Web given the rule, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript will never end. But today you are going to use the C sharp, it may have the alternative for the tomorrow. Today you are going having the Java, you can able to use the Python, it will be changed. But JavaScript, because of that rule, entire world should be having the same JavaScript. Even though if you take the any server technology also, here is the concept same. Object will have in the key and value pairs. Key and value pairs are separated by in the colon. Okay, so if you take a server technology, the object will be created by using the new object. Array will be created by using the new array only. Only in the JavaScript you are having the so and so type. Okay, two types, literal or object. Why so literal, why so object means because of the dynamic data type. Here answer for every question is the dynamic in the nature. So they given the feasibility like this, provision like this. So now I want to add a array items. How to add? Users dot push. Can I add like this? See here, my object is start from here to here. Yes or no? This is my object or not? So here you will get a doubt. Sir, you are adding here. Can I add direct object here? Anything you it can be fine. So here also you can able to add comma. Next is the object. This one, right? Okay. This is nothing from here to here. It will be one element. Okay. Next, this one is the one more element. Either you can able to add object item to array like this also, or else you can able to use the push method. Anything can be fine. Okay. So see here, let me comment. How to comment? Control K C. Sir, earlier you said braces slash asterisk. So this is your JavaScript code. Here you are having the HTML. Inside of the return statement, you want to add a comment. That is the comment. Outside of the return, this will be a comment. Okay. Now my array is created. Okay. So how to access an array elements? So either you can able to create like this, or else you can able to push like this also. You can able to create like this, or else you can able to push items like this also. Okay, one item is push. Can I push? See here, users dot push. So what the push will do? Push will add the item at last or first.
Last.
So push will add at last. So which function of an array will add the item at first?
Sir, like
Function.
some your voice is breaking, sir. Like suddenly it is.
Now it is.
Now it is clear, but it is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
few seconds.
Yeah. So which function I need to use? Item at a first.
Unshift.
Perfect. Unshift. If you are using the unshift, item will be added first. Push means item will add in order. First serve, first in, first serve. Okay. Simply, first my data is come, I will need to push. So if anybody asking how to add an array to an item, by default everyone will set a push, because 100% in the real time you are going to use the push only. But when I use to the unshift, when I having the requirement to add item at a first. Okay, last in first. So first in first is nothing but a push. Okay, see here I'm having the two items. So now tell me how I need to print my user details here.
Sorry to disturb you, sir, but can you please tell again one more time this user push?
User push. Push is used to add the items to an array.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But why we are using that here?
Why?
Yeah.
Why I'm using the array?
Yes.
So
No. Yeah. Why we are using like push here? Already we use like object here, right? User.
okay, what you want me to try here? Can you tell me?
No, I just want to know like why previously like we were using like user one, user two, right? Now you
So
are using like
yes,
user
before
push.
that one I'm using the ID1, ID2, name1, name2, right? Why I'm came from the plain declaration to object declaration? So first I explained about the plain declaration, right? ID1, ID2, name1, name2, like that, correct? So why I'm coming from that a plain declaration to object declaration, is that clear?
Yeah, because like if we have like lots of users, then it's not possible
Correct.
like to
Yeah, correct.
create again
So
and
here
again.
in the situation also, user one we will create, user two you will create a variable. Tomorrow there is one more user will become. Are you going to say user three? Tomorrow again one more user will become. Are you going to say user three? Again there is a situation. The situation that users should not be a constant. Users can vary. Correct?
Okay.
I can't able to say user one, user two, user three, user four, user six. So tomorrow one more user is going to join my application. I can't able to create a code for the to hold the user six data. Okay. So every day I can't able to write the code. So to hold that collection, see here, I need to have a only one variable. It should be responsible to hold all the data. Because of that one, I ask the question, if I am having the collection of the data, this is my one object. This is my one more object. I will have the one more object, one more object, one more object. how many object I am having, I don't have the problem. Is there any specific data type? It will hold this type of the information, yes, which is an array. So now how many users will become, we no need to worry, we will write a code, dot push, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. See
But
here,
earlier
one
you
more,
added without push, you can directly add it inside array, right?
yes. So anything while you practicing, anything
That,
you can able to use.
That time, that values will add at last or first.
See here, if I say manually 1 comma 2, values will add one for first. See here, you are having the clear order, right? First 1, second 2.
Yeah, but
Push will always will add the method at the last, right? You are having the two values here. You want to add a push will add the last.
No,
So that is the
earlier
definition,
you
right?
didn't use push, right? You directly add the values here,
Even
right?
the yeah.
So without push also, that values added in ascending order, right?
See, if without push, there is a no concept of adding the first ascending or descending. Manually, you are saying about 1 comma 2 comma some 0. The order is defined. Here you are having the predefined order 1 2 0. This order will never change. Okay. Push always will add trying to add the data, because here you are going to have the declarative syntax. The declarative here it is, you are hard coded. This is my order. Array will never change as per its convenient. Okay, because it's not a human to understand. Okay, 0 will become first. Whatever you are going to give 2 comma 3 comma 1, 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 0. This is the declarative syntax. This is order it will be followed. But push is nothing but the method which is adding the information to an array. Kada? Yes, right? So,
Yes.
push will be adding the data. So where it will be add the data? Okay. So while you practicing, right, try to create a object items like this also. Try to add some push items also.
Okay.
Okay. So please be practice multiple places. For example, here my object array is empty. Try to add 2 3 items. So then you are trying to use the push method, or else you can able to have the declarative syntax. Anything can be fine, but once a code is completed, but here up to here, now users are nothing but here it is having the users, or finish the push method, anything can be a data here. Here I'm having the 2, try to push the 3 3 4 I mean 4 3 plus 2 5 records will be here. Okay. So now tell me, so this is my collection of the data. I want to print here. How to access array item?
With index.
Perfect. How to access item of array, Amina?
Sorry, sir, what you said?
How to access item of array? Now I'm having the users is my array. User contain the user 1, user 2, user 3. Here I'm having the 3 users, right?
Yes.
So I want to access ID to print here, name to print here, email to be print here of user 1. Next user I should have to print. So what I need to do?
User of 0, user of 1.
Correct. So here we should remember, if it is an object, you can able to directly access a key. But which is an array, array items are represented in the form of indexes. Array items are represented in the form of indexes. Index 0, index 1, index 2. Okay, for example, I'm having the 1 comma 2 comma 3. So array index will be start from 0. This is the 1, this is the 3. 0, 1, 2. Okay, so now tell me how to access. So which is the variable to hold the data? Users. So users is the type of array. Array will be start from 0, 1, 2, 3. So as of now we have hard coded the data. You can able to see this is the 0th index. This is the first index. This is the second index. So of 0 dot ID. Simply. So user 0. Is that clear, Amina? Is that clear, Geeta? Srilata? Harish? Sai Ganesh? So users of, so this is the 0 or 1?
1.
One.
But sir, I want to print 2 only. You can able to whatever you are going to give code should not read our mind. So you whatever we give, it will be print like this. See here. Users 0000000 ID name. Why it is not printed?
Because we haven't given here 0. In the users, we have started like 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of.
Perfect. Okay. Something to explain, right? Let me make it as empty. Okay. So because of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not understanding ID name email. Okay. See here, I can able to have the data like this. But you don't worry when I have the mixed data, for example, 1 comma object. So don't worry, the data will not be like this. Why so? Your JavaScript is a dynamic, but the data coming from the Java.NET, which is not a dynamic, which is the specific to a type. Next, your database also is specific to data type. No need to worry, sir. My data is coming like this: 1 comma name colon some name comma something like this from false comma. No need to worry. So your JavaScript is a dynamic in nature, but the data is coming from server side. That server side is not a dynamic in nature. Okay. So always the data in the form of the same type. Okay, it is object, entire things will be object, which is a string. All the items should be a string. You will no need to worry. Okay, I can able to have the 2 records. If I want one more record, let me copy, let me paste it. Is that clear up to now? Okay, so here I'm having the 3 records. Perfect. But tomorrow one more user will be join. So what you need to do? We need to write a code? No. So here I should have to write some dynamic code. I should have to write some dynamic code which will be print the data. We need to write a dynamic code. So what is the dynamic code? So I'm not asking about you to be the dynamic, tell me the dynamic code. So did you got it? What is the dynamic code here? So because of this static, you are going to hard code it. So declarative is not possible because users will be keep on increasing or keep on decreasing. Am I correct or not? So now situation will become, see here, we came from plain variable data to be object. Why? Because object, the plain variables also talking about a specific information. So instead of the plain variable, let us make it as a code simple. Next, make it as a code dynamic who came for the object. Again, object also we are going to repeat the users with different data types, data variables. To avoid that one, we are having the single holder, that is the array. So now array is there. Now array is there. That array having the collection of the data. See here, see, if you observe all these 3 records, which is the common and which is the not a common?
He is common.
See here, users dot id is a common, users dot name is a common, right? Users id is a common, users name is a common. Only the thing which is vary, see here, this is the index is vary. Yes or no?
Yes.
So here only index is varying 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 varying. So in the real time also, people are little confusing here. Okay, I will make it as a simple. Here, what is the going on? 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. If I make it as this ID or index, this is nothing but a index, right? If I make this one index as a dynamic in nature, my task is completed. This index, if I able to dynamically get it, my task is completed. Got it or not? Shiva, understand or not? Okay. So how to solve this
Understand.
situation here?
Using
So
loop.
yes. So here array is nothing but a collection of element. Array having the properties and the functions. So we're having the property to find a length is nothing but a dot length. Next, array having a, so parallelly you are taking the nodes or just seeing? Just seeing her parallel taking the notes, huh? Please
Just
take
saying,
it.
sir, not taking notes.
Okay. Don't be see anytime. If I say something else, it will be clear for you on that moment. Okay, it will not clear once you need to be practice. So what I said first, create a variables. So those type of points you should take. Don't be see anytime, even if I declare the notes here or not. Please take it a running notes. Okay, so first what we have created a variables. We have created a variables. Variables are static in nature. Okay,
Sir, your
and
voice is like very like blur or kind of.
are you
Not
getting
clear.
breaking in my voice?
Yes,
It's
not
for
clear.
everyone.
Okay. No, I am good.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, fine. Maybe once reconnect. I mean,
Okay.
okay. So don't be see. If you don't know the size of an object, then we'll go for the dynamic in nature. Yes. If you are using the server side technology, right? The size is predefined for an array. Okay. So we need to use the array list, so and so concept. Here, array is a simply dynamic. This syntax is a dynamic in nature. We don't need about the size. See here, are we created any size? Declaring the size, no size. So how many items I want to add it, I can able to add. But the server side, the array size should be predefined. Okay. So even the server also in the .NET prospect 2, you are having the array and the array list. Okay. To make the size as a dynamic. But in case in terms of JavaScript array, you can able to have the size because of this size only. I don't have any size here. I can able to create object. I'm trying to push that object to a users. Okay. So now what I need to do? See here, if I able to generate this index dynamically, then my issue will be solved. Okay. So please take the running notes also, even though I'm not dictating here. Okay. So now let me use one of the array method is array map function. I need to use the array map function. Map, take it as note, map function will loop through all the elements of an array and it will return the data. So if I able to loop through all the elements, my issue will be solved. So for that one, I'm having the map function. Array map function will loop through all the elements of your array and it will return the data. Okay, let me have a syntax, or else you can able to take a or example also. Directly will take example arr dot map. So here this map function will expecting a callback function. Map is expecting a one callback function here. So how many types of functions we are having?
Seven types of.
So what are
8.
those? A function, returnable function, parameterized function, callback
Anonymous,
function,
Lambda
yeah,
function,
anonymous function, lambda function. So
generic
these
function.
5 types of functions we have seen. We have seen a function, we have seen a lambda functions, we have seen an anonymous function. Next type is the callback section, callback function. In this session, we are going to see about a callback function. So what is meant by callback function?
Callback function passes an input parameter to another function.
Perfect. So here, definitely please rewind that definition. We have take it. Callback function is nothing but a, if you say in a .NET or Java, do you know delegate? Delegates are used as a callbacks. Delegates are used as a callbacks. The purpose of delegates is nothing but a callback. Okay, and it is performing the different operations. So same here, JavaScript functions are dynamic variables. You don't have the any specific type to mention. Okay, so can I able to pass a function as a callback? Definitely. A function as a parameter, can I pass? See, this is the map is the array function. Can I call a pass a function as a parameter has here? Definitely. If I able to pass this is a function, for this function if I pass a parameter, this is the parameter or argument. This is your parameter or argument. If I able to pass a parameter or argument to a map function, nothing but your callback function. Okay, so callback is function is nothing but a passing function as parameter or argument to another function. Passing function as parameter to another function and executing that function is nothing but a calling your function. Map is the default array function. I will write some callback function to perform my operation. Okay, so let us see with example. So please take parallelly with me. Okay, so this is my users. So let me print users simply. So I want to do a expression evaluation. If you want to use the array anything here, first let us use these curly braces. Okay, so now I will have the array dot map. ARR, sorry, what is my thing? Users dot map. When I hover, you will get the definition. Calls a defined callback function on each element of array and return the array that contains the result. The purpose of a map function is it will call each element of your array item, return the some result. Is that clear? Here you are having the definition, some example also. See, this is my array and map. So here callback function, which is a syntax also here. Is that clear? Following Sharanya? Okay.
No,
So
sir,
now
not
if
clear.
I pardon,
No, not clear.
what you are not clear here?
Yeah, this one.
See here. Here I'm having the static data. If I want to call this static and make this index as a dynamic, I need to use some code. Correct? So for that one, this is nothing but my users are my array. Users are my array. So for this users, if I able to call each element inside of users, I am having a one object. If I able to call that object and ID, my issue will be solved. Once see the example. So by default, each statement we will never understand. See the example, practice, then only we will get it. Okay. So users
Sir,
dot map.
sir, can you explain once again about callback function, sir? I didn't understand.
I have not given any example. How you will understand? I have not given any example. I just given a definition only here. Passing a function as a parameter to another function is nothing but a callback function. I said, okay, let me call a call that function. So user dot map. So user dot map is nothing but array function. This will loop through all the elements. So this function will take another function. I said, right? So let me create a function. First, create a function. Give me some name. User item. I will create a user item as a function. See here, if I say function, I'm going to write only JavaScript code. You can able to use here simply with camel case. If you want to use this one is to return some data, right? You need to be use Pascal case. So Pascal case will be used whenever you are going to identify this is nothing but your component representation as a element. Okay, your element representation. For the plain function, you can able to follow the general rule, user item. Now I'm going to write function. So as per this definition, see here, map is a function, map is a function, which will have in the some callback function. Each element of an array, it will return a array that result. So what it will do, users having the collection of the object, this map function will continuously looping through the elements. How many elements, how many elements are there, those times it will loop through the loop through your users. Okay, so let me call function. So this is nothing but a callback function. So see here, this is my function. You are calling this function as input parameter to another function. Map is a function. Here I'm going to call. This is one my function. This is my one more function. Yes, right? This is the array function. This is my user defined function. Now clear, Shrika? So this is nothing but a callback. Simple. This is nothing but a callback. Okay, so let us see. Simply parallelly take the nodes, otherwise we'll confuse. Okay, so users dot map, map saying that one I can able to use the callback function. So next, what map function is saying about, map function calls callback function on each element of your array, each element of your array. So item, now one time item will be first record, second time item will be second record, third time item will be third record. Okay, see here, return let me return a div. This div will holds the some div. See here, or else I'm having the data here, right? Can I use? Yes, same I can able to use here. Return, here it is. Each item is one item. Item dot id, item dot name, item dot email. Okay, so this is the record you need to be print here. So just to see it and take the notes, I will explain. See here, data is coming, right? So let me debug, then you will understand the code. Okay, how to debug? Inspect a page, go to here, control P, array ex.js. Next, where is your function? This is the function. Here you are calling, right? Okay, so let me refresh this one. So now my array here is empty, correct? Yes. Let me put a debug. See here, how many elements are there? 3 elements are there. Correct or not? In this my array, I'm having the 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm having the one object here, one object here, one object, one more object is here. Okay, 3 objects are here. Now I'm going to loop through all the elements. So the as per the map function definition, each time you are going to get a one element. Perfect. See here. Now users, inside of users, how many records are there? Okay. So inside of users, I'm having the 3 records, 0, 1, 2, 3. So each time, so this map function, one time, first time it will return the 0th position data. Okay, again it will loop through, it will return the first position data. Again it will loop through, it will return the second position data. So it will follow the loops. How many elements are there? Those many times. If I have the n elements, it will loop through all the elements and this function will be called n times. Okay, see here, first time I'm getting the item as, see here, first item is id1, name is Krishna, email is k@gmail.com. Let me press F8. Now again it will loop through all the items. Now see your items. Second ID, Geeta, g@gmail.com. Next, press F8. F8 only we need to be press for the next statement. Now see here, Harish, ID3 at the h@gmail.com. Okay. So is that clear? I will explain. So this is nothing but this map is nothing but a array function. It will loop through the elements of an user having the 3 elements. So it will loop through, it will call this function. This function is called from the map 3 times. Why? Because it is having the 3. But how this map is going to call the 3 times? We don't need to worry. So map is nothing but array function. The internal logic will be defined by the map. Map will be call your callback function. This is the function here. Yes, this is the function here. So one item it will be take first record it will be take record 1 it will take and send as input parameter. So one looping is completed. Next it will take the second record. It will send to here. Second looping is done. Next it will take the third record. It will come to here. So 3 records will be come. Now clear, Shrikant?
Yes, sir.
Print out.
No, no.
So please be practice. It will be clear. Okay. So like this, records will be go on.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, Amina.
Can you just open the code? Here we have written like push one, like push ID one, push ID, like name data. Those things we have to like whenever every user enters, we have to write those things, or like even if
Actually,
we
I'm
set
getting
those.
the voice is breaking, Amina. It is for me or everyone? Her voice seems to be breaking, right?
Yes, yes.
Everyone.
Yeah, Amina,
Okay,
your
I guess
question
then
is?
it's my microphone's problem, I guess.
Okay, okay. Your question?
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Here you have wrote like user.push, right, sir?
Correct.
3 times, right?
Yeah.
And all 3 different IDs. So each time new user comes in, we have to enter this data, right?
Correct.
So this we have to do it manually. Rest other things it will be do it like in loop, right? With the map.
Yes. So today you are going to add the manually. Tomorrow this data I will showcase from the database. Okay. So see here.
I'll turn off my mic. I cannot hear you. Just sorry.
Okay. So see here the 4th record is. So okay, you no need to worry, Amina. You record the 2 more session classes while you are calling from the database. Then you will more clear. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, @gmail.com. See here, I want to make this code is dynamic. See, I have already made my code is dynamic. First record is came, second record is came, third record, fourth record, fifth record. So the records are coming dynamically, correct?
Yes.
Don't be think that one, sir, you have hard coded this data, you're saying the dynamic. No. So let us go step by step. Subject will not become on the first day itself to call a directed database to show in the UI. Then you will directly confuse. Let us go by the variable first. Next, object second. Next, array. We need to add the data to array. Next, this array data will be come from your API. So today you are hard coding this data here. All this data. So tomorrow you are going to call an API. This API will be written a collection of the data.
Okay.
Okay. So this collection by using the below code, you can able to directly bind this. Okay. See here. So earlier I need to be write this code repeating. So my repeating is complete.
Yes.
My repeating is done. Fifth, if I have one more record, it will be go. So that's why we practice, then you will get it. Okay. Is that clear up to here? Any other doubts?
Yes.
Sharanya?
Instead of repeating code, you use the just map function, right?
So don't
correct me if I am wrong.
Yes. So here, see Harish, today I have the one user. Tomorrow I have the 100 users. 100 users you are going to write 100 times this code.
Yeah. That is I am saying. Instead of your create earlier, you write
no
the
need to
step by
correct.
step,
That is clear. That is clear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
no
yeah.
need to write. We should not write a code like this. We should know the
Yeah,
step
yeah,
by step.
yeah.
We're going to go the code step by step. Practice it, you will get it. Okay.
Okay.
So this code is not avoiding to writing this code. So it's not about to avoiding to write this type of many lines of code, which is the case you need to be write like this only. See here. Now this is nothing but what type of function?
Callback function.
Callback
Callback
function.
Returnable function.
So
Callback.
this is the function, returnable function. Here it is the returnable function. This function is called from here. So simply a callback. Callback is happening here. Callback is happening here. So you are going to use the returnable function here. So if it is a returnable function, can I change this one to anonymous function? So
Yes.
now help me how to change this one. Constant
Okay.
function name, I mean variable name is equal to
Arrow. Arrow.
function. Let me go fast. So this is nothing but anonymous function, correct? A function without a name. So that's why assigned to a variable. So this is the what subject we need to go step by step. I'm having the data here, correct? Okay. If you're not able to see the data while you're practicing, remove one item, add item. So fifth record is gone. So my data is replicated. So this is the function of anonymous function in the ECMAScript sixth version. I mean fifth version. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to fifth. In the sixth version, you are having the alternative of, I mean, for the anonymous function, what is the alternative?
lambda function.
Perfect. Lambda function. Simply, you can able to remove this lambda. You can able to add.
Yeah.
Yarrow. That's it. You will get the data. Next, I said one rule. In case of lambda function, whenever you are having the single statement, which is having only one return, right? One division. This division having a child, leave it. But only one statement.
Yes, we can write in single line.
Yes. So this is nothing but my statement. So that's why I said yesterday today is important and interesting. See here. So in this case, how can I able to convert again this one? Sharanya, how can I able to convert? Can I sort out this code still? Yes.
Yeah,
How
we
to
just
sort
have
out?
to remove the curly braces from there, sir.
Yeah.
And return.
Let me ask Sharanya. Can you please answer for this one?
I didn't got your question. Sorry, Krishna.
You are not following or following?
I am following, but I didn't get
Oh.
your question.
So up to where you are following? Up to what you have followed?
So if we want to usually write the code in like in order to shorten the code, we have to use a loop like user.map, and if we give the user item, this will be working in the return. But you asked me like how to shorten this one, right? So I didn't exactly got it. So that's why I'm
So
checking.
here you are going to see the lambda function. Can you able to shortcode this one? Can you able to write any other shorthand?
So right now we have only a single div, right? So
Correct.
you don't need to I mean you can write in a single line, but more if we want to shorten it, we can use an expression. Like in single div we can directly use an expression, and that I'm not exactly
No. The answer is wrong.
sure.
No. So earlier we have discussed, right? Okay, what we have discussed in the functions, whenever you are, I have given a one row, whenever you are using the, let me go functions, function, anonymous function, when you're writing the direct statement or single statement, you can use above. Okay, here you have practice. Okay, so whenever you are having the, see here, here this is my scenario. I have shorthanded like this. Okay, so by seeing this, can you convert our code? Simply.
So in the single line item.id space, like in the parentheses you can give the space and write that.
Jani, can you please?
You don't need to put in the written statement as well, Krishna. Is that?
No, don't be asking. I'm asking the questions, right? So this is the concept is completed. We need to apply the concept. Okay, that's it. We need to apply the concept. Jani, can you please? Yeah, Jani.
Most have I did that much. today only I'm attending. Through 2-3 years I'm not attending.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. You can able to practice. She Vijay.
Yeah. You remove the return and keep
Yeah.
that
So
single
whenever
quote.
by using the lambda function, if you have the single statement to return, return keyword is not required and braces also is not required. So this is the statement I have given. So whenever you are having the lambda function, you can able to return like this. So in the somewhere in our code, if you see like this, then we will be fear about this code. So what is this? Is the function or something else? Nothing else. Here I'm explaining, right? So this is nothing else. This is the function only. This is the function of lambda function. We are having the tends to lambda expression. So but in this lambda expression, you are going to write the multiple lines of a code. Then you can able to use braces with return keyword. Hope now got you, Sharanya. But even though you know this one,
So we
you got a
shouldn't
confused
use
here
the
to answer.
return.
Correct?
That's what you're saying.
Yes. So
Yeah,
whenever you are
got it.
going to return a straight forward, you no need to write braces and you no need to write a return.
So
But remove
I
the return.
thought you are asking me to minimize the code in the div which you have
Yeah.
given. So that's why I thought, can I do in
Okay,
that?
no, no,
Like
no.
you are
I'm
expecting
that's
to.
why that's why I shown this example. So this is my thing. Can you please shorthand this one? So by seeing this
Okay.
one
Yeah.
also, you can able to observe, right? Braces are not there. I don't have any return statement also. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
See here. Able to see my data? Yes. Okay. Let me comment this one. So otherwise people will think that one it is not loaded, but still sorry sure. 1, 2, 3. 3 records you are going to see. Perfect. So this is a anonymous function. So instead of here, so there what you are doing here? Now tell me. So here you are going to call this. Whenever you are calling this, this code is going to execute. Correct, Amina? So see here, little magic will do. So this is calling from here. Can I directly copy and paste here?
Yes.
This is the what the exact use case in the real time. So this is the what we need to be used in the real time. So if I say directly this one, people will be say, hey, map is the function we need to call anonymously item tends to item, nothing. This is the callback function. From the callback, I'm going to return the data. That callback function, I change it as a anonymous function. From this anonymous function, what we have gone next? Lambda function. From the lambda or arrow function to simply instead of here I can able to call directly here also. Now you can, if you're confusing, you can able to press enter and write clean code also, not a problem. Okay, you can able to write a code like this also. So now it is a clean and everybody will understand. So I can able to bind the data. So now is that clear? So we need to be follow, we need to be adapted like we should be adapted as how to write a code in all cases. Even the initially it will take a time to understand a function. So try to use the step by step. If you go step by step, if you get 100 years also, you will never forget the definition. You will never forget the situation. But you need to be same situation will be come in another place also. If I going to print some object here, some different object, you need to be follow. Is that clear? Everyone, Ashok, is that clear? Venugopal, BV Reddy, is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, here I have one more question, sir.
Yeah, Meena.
Here we have like used like directly written, not any function. So why? Usually return comes with like function, right?
You all told, right? You only told to. So here I'm calling a function here instead of calling
No,
here.
not here, not here, sir, not here. Above.
I just copied from this code and I have pasted here.
No, not here. Little more above. Div class name m-5 here. There is one more written, right? That
Okay.
one. Yes.
Yes. So this return is not there. What will happen? This is your function or not? This is your JavaScript function or not? This JavaScript function should return data to app.js. Then only you can able to see the output. What will happen if I remove the return statement? You can remove.
So usually, like before that return,
Oh,
we will
don't see the
declare a
data.
function, right?
You can't see the data. A function, so whenever this function is returning the data, then only app.js will get that information. So this array ex is nothing but a function. This function should return the data. Without return, you can't able to see. Don't be think it is printing. No, it's not printing here. So again, this information is returning. I mean, this function is returning some information to here. This function is returning some information to app.js. App.js again returning the information to index.js. You see here you are having the app, right? Go to definition app.js. So index.js will be get the data. This data will be rendered inside of your index.html file. So that is the what the flow will be go.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, sure, not a problem.
What will be happen if the array is empty?
Nothing will come.
Okay. It will
Array
not throw
is
any-
empty.
It will not
Why?
throw any-
So how it will be throw empty? Map is nothing but a array of a function.
Yes.
Okay. So here question is, sir, I'm having this question. What will do? So map will be loop through the number of elements. It does not having the loop. It does not having the any data. It will never come to this. So for this one, you should create one separate function and try to add a debugger that is coming or not. Nothing will come.
Okay.
That's it. So array having the data, how many elements it is having the data, those many times map will be looped through the function. Okay. So seems to people are not taking the notes. Please go through this video and taking the notes parallelly. Okay.
In the map function, in some projects they are using another.
What is that for each?
No. For dot map, they are using another parameter, item, comma, key.
Yeah, we no need to worry. See here, map is there. You can able to simply hover. Map is taking about callback function. So other than the callback function, it does having anything. Okay. First one is the item. Second
And
one
what is
is
the
the
second
index.
one?
Index.
Yeah. Second one index. Okay.
See callback value. It will be taken. Next is the index. Got it?
Yes.
So after the index, you are having the array. If you want to pass the array, so whenever you're having a function, how many parameters are there, you can able to hover over this one. Once you are hover over this one, this is your map function, which is having the first parameter as callback, second parameter as index. Clear? Third parameter is your actual array. Got it?
Where we can use, how we
Your
can use that
situation.
index?
Your situation, you are having the situation about to use the index, you can able to use.
Any example here we can explain how that index is useful?
You can able to print some index here. For example, so today you are having the static data. Tomorrow you need to be add the data or update the data, correct? So on which basis we are going to update? Either index or else ID. So if ID is unique, you can able to go with ID. If ID is not unique, what I need to do?
How to use index only?
I need to use the index. Index is only responsible to map each element in an array. Okay, we will see all those cases. No need to worry. That's why I said, right? So we all things we are going to see. Okay, so use function, if you want, you can able to take that one. Use for map function. So give me 2 more minutes. We'll complete the session. Map function will take 3 map function will take 3 parameters. What are those? First one is nothing but a parameters. First one is nothing but a callback function. Second one is nothing but a index. Third one is nothing but a your total array, actual total array. it will give you the 3 provisions. So if you want to perform some logic, you can able to use callback, or else you want to use based on the index, you can able to do, or else if you want to perform some operation on the top of your actual, you can do. Okay, so whenever you are getting the doubt how many parameters, simply hover over that map, it will explain with example also.
Map it came like for each or for these all are
Correct. So now the question is map is simply like a for each. So now I'm going to give a task. Can you print the same data for each? Can you try it? Can everyone please try for that one? So for each, let me give that one also dot for each. See here, let me hover over. For each also taking a callback. Perfect. Yes, sir, callback. Next, for each taking the index. Perfect. Index. Next, for each also able to return the actual array. Yes, right? So now I'm thinking clearly explain about map. Map is clear for everyone. Are any doubts?
No.
Mamina, PV Reddy, Geeta, Harish, Karthik.
Sir,
Jani,
once you
Kuldeep?
write the map and hover over it so that we can like see once. Yeah, no, with the map, not for each map.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So now I'm asking the one question here. So everyone hope understand the map. So let me go with the for each. For each also do the same operation, but there is only one small difference between the map and for each. So whoever is understand map perfect, even though not understand, please be practice, then you will understand perfectly. Next, see for each also having the callback. Perfect. For each also is in the second parameter index. So for each also having the okay, same things. Yes, right? Map and for each having the same things, but can I use and print the data for each? Please try it. So if
No,
I
I
use
think it is a
no,
void.
no, 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 not now, not now. So I'm expecting you. Please try not now, tomorrow. So let them other everyone should try. I know few members already know that one. So if you know these type of the things in the real time, people will be confused this one because of these sessions only people will be come for us. Okay, to make them to be clear on JavaScript. Okay, so by using the map, you are going to write here data is printed. Please try for the for each also. Okay, please practice. If you have the doubts, instead of waiting up to tomorrow, you can able to ping sometime in the day or else 8:45 a.m. every day. Okay, so Wednesday onwards, I'm going to start Angular 8:30 a.m. If anybody from this, if you want join also, let me know, or else anybody or friends also, let me know. So are you getting real-time things here or not? What is your level of confidence? So first, what we have discussed today? Bind, how to bind variables. Next, how to bind object. Next, how to bind array. So this array can be object, array can be a string. Please try to bind different types array. Bind array data with a strings. Bind array data with a numbers. Bind array data of type object. Okay. Item can be try for a string. Okay, if I say this one, people will be think this is the lambda. Okay, try for a string, try for an object. Array element can be array. Array element can be array. Try for it. Once you try it, so you will be become a perfect. So this is the way you need to bind the array. Next, Arraymap function. Okay. Next, we have discussed about callback function. So if I say something you can able to clear today, you may forget tomorrow. Please be practice. That's it. So I'm not getting the labs, everyone. But even few members are done and posted. Whoever has a pending still, complete and post it. Srikanth, I have not get any lab.
So I'm practicing but not posted. Like I will
Post it today. You'll post it. Ranjit, I also not get any labs because you people should be come on forward. Manju, I have not get any lab. Okay. So take it as a lab. Print array data. Next, come up with map versus for each. So as I said yesterday, right, it is a very important session and interesting. Did you got important thing here? Did you got important things here or not?
Yes, sir.
Next,
Yes.
are you got interested or not? No,
Yes.
sir. No. Yes, sir. So if you want to take the code as a screenshot. Okay, somebody take this code screenshot and just send in a group. If you go step by step, the subject is very easy. So if I say directly this one, you will get a blank. What is this one? He's saying something. We need to be by heart. So you are going to by heart this one. You are clear, right? Simply create a function and do it. Okay. Please be practice well. That's it. So after a 1 week, we have completed successfully 10 days, right? So 10 days, anybody got a difference? Whoever is already working on a React, you got a reference different? How you are going to understand the code? How you are going to write the code? Anybody?
Yes, Krishna.
Yeah, Sharanya, good. Any others?
Yes, sir. From Zoto, as I came at
Yeah. So you are totally different from a different background. Okay, I know that one. Yeah, your situation is fully different. I know that one. Yeah. So no. So whoever is already working on a React, the way they are going to see the code, the way they are understanding the code is that different. Any others? Who is working on React? Who is working on React already? Vikrant? Okay, Vikrant, I think you are not working on React, right? Yeah, Srikanth.
So I'm working on the React.
Okay, so that's it for today. Okay, here you said, okay, fine. I'm not seeing the chat. Okay, please be practicer and be perfect. Okay.